It was 80 years ago today, May 8th, 1945, that World War II came to an end in Europe after all of the Nazi concentration camps were liberated.
In the second part of our series, paying tribute to those lost during the Holocaust and those who survived, Lauren Linder has the story of a local veteran who helped liberate one of the camps.
A young man was just starting his life here in the small borough of Ellwood City when he was deployed to fight in World War II and would eventually liberate a concentration camp. What he saw was unimaginable and would stay with him the rest of his life.
My father, like most servicemen, when they came home, they didn't talk about the war much. This is his Purple Heart.
Throughout her childhood, Patty Partington didn't know much about her dad's time overseas.
They sort of felt like their story wasn't any different than anybody else. He said, we came home and we just wanted to get on with our lives.
It took him 50 years, but he eventually opened up, not just to family, but also to the public, sharing his memories until he died last August at 102.
And the stench there was just so bad that you can never forget about that.
Guy Prestia graduated from Lincoln High School in 1940 and was working in a machine shop when he was drafted. He spent 511 days in combat with the 45th Infantry Division before receiving an assignment he and his fellow brothers weren't prepared for.
He said, that's when I realized what we were fighting for.
Dachau was the first and longest operating concentration camp created by the Nazis, located near Munich. When Prestia and his unit arrived there on April 29, 1945, they came across dozens of rail cars carrying what they thought were stacks of logs.
We got closer, we saw that there were dead bodies. There were men, women, children on that train.
The camp's commanding officers had already abandoned the site, knowing the Allies were on the way. To try to hide their crimes, the Nazis sent thousands of prisoners on death marches and left behind thousands more, either dead or barely holding on, with guards who didn't put up much resistance. In the kitchen, Prestia said they found big pots of soup, which they later learned had been poisoned.
They had planned on killing everyone in that camp. They didn't want any survivors.
According to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, there were more than 200,000 prisoners in Dachau between 1933 and 1945. The Dachau concentration camp memorial reports more than 41,000 died there, although the exact number is unclear. Prestia's division with other American forces liberated about 32,000.
They were so undernourished that the medics told us that if you gave them any food, that would probably kill them.
8 days later, on May 8th, the war in Europe ended. And while Prestia was at Dachau for only one day, it never left him. How would you say that the Holocaust, what he saw at Dachau, impacted his life?
He said, I believe it taught me empathy for other people in other situations outside of myself.
A lesson his daughter says is just as imperative in our world today as it was 80 years ago when her father helped end the atrocities of the Holocaust. Lauren Linder, KDKA-TV News.